A ribeye steak. So I was watching you. All right, what's the question? Let's do it.
Lee Van, big fan of the New York Jets, wants
Yep.
to know, is Ortiz going to stop Lubin
Ooh,
next week?
shit. Man, I don't shit, God. Maybe. I mean, stylistically, you would think so. It's a great matchup for Virgil and his style. And the thing that's I'm hesitant, I'm a big Virgil fan. Other than Bam Rodriguez, he's one of my favorite fighters to watch.
Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah, man, don't mess with Texas. Stylistically, Erickson fights really brave. Southpaw prodding forward. He wants to be in a dogfight. Virgil's going to give him everything he wants. You know what I mean? We know goddamn well Virgil's not going to really take a step back. It's going to come down to, I mean, who's the biggest puncher Virgil's ever fought?
Hooker?
Okay, I mean,
no, Bowenchuk. I mean, Bowenchuk sucks, but Bowenchuk can crack.
yeah, but would you say, I'm talking like Seri's volume and Seri's knockout to win ratio is usually based on volume, volume.
So then Hooker.
Okay. Okay, so would you say Lubin's the biggest puncher?
Oh, what about Mean Machine? He's faced some hitters. Like, honestly, Virgil's faced some hitters.
At 54?
At 54, no, he's facing about 47.
So would Erickson
47.
Would Erickson be the biggest 54? I mean, this is what you have to ask. I mean, don't sleep on Lubin, man. Like, people are sleeping on him. I just watched.
I'm sleeping. I've never, like, not even when PBC told me he was the next great thing. I never was high on Lubin.
Yeah. Did you see what Golden Boy, or who was it? I think Golden Boy just made, or my bad, Ring. If you pull up the Ring magazine's marketing, they just made the Virgil Ortiz versus Jaron Ennis poster. That always kind of makes me sort of hesitate. I'm like,
so we talked to Eddie after the Boots fight.
Yep.
And he said months ago they said it was a go.
Yep.
It was a go. They were going to do this. Eddie was going to take Boots to Philly for a tune-up, for a hometown showcase fight, and Verge was going to fight Lubin. That was understood. Then, and I believe what Eddie tells me.
Yep.
Eddie said that he was trying to reach Oscar, trying to reach Eric Gomez. They never got back to him. Right before the Boots fight, Eric Gomez called Eddie back and said, "We're gonna make the fight. Let's get through this Erickson Lubin thing first. You guys get through your thing, and then we will make this fight in the first quarter of 2026." So that's what Eddie said. So I'm gonna take Eddie at his word. I'm gonna believe that happened. My only concern is, and it's not Verge, it's Verge's team. A while ago, this was after Oshaki Foster fought Abraham Nova. I talked to Xander Zayas about fighting Verge. Yep. I said, "There's rumors that you're going to fight Verge." He said, "Yes, those are absolutely rumors." So the plan is, I'm fighting Puerto Rican Day Parade, tune-up fight, and then I'll be back by the end of the year to fight Verge. Like, there's definitely smoke to those rumors. We've definitely had those discussions. That's definitely a fight that I plan on having at the end of the year. The interview is still on my page.
Okay.
I talked to Robert Garcia. I asked Robert Garcia the same question. He's like, "No, we're not fighting him." So
no shit.
Yeah, and it was like maybe a month apart, right? And Robert Garcia just dismissed, like, "No, we're not fighting him." So which tells me two things: they were discussed, and Robert Garcia didn't want the fight because Xander was all about it. So what I'm saying is, it's possible that Golden Boy and Verge's team don't want these type of fights. I know Verge personally. Verge will fight anybody. If a heavyweight knocked on Verge's door and said, "Let's fight," Verge would fight him.
So are you saying they're trying to just kind of like, because he has a style that doesn't really age well, Virgil?
I'm saying there's a reason why they didn't call him back for as Eddie said, there was months that passed where they couldn't get a hold of Eric Gomez or Oscar. I'm saying there may be a reason for that. Maybe they don't want maybe Golden Boy doesn't want the fight.
I mean, and you have to remember though that going from, because I'm looking at his box rec right now. I mean, he moved up. I think wasn't Frederick Lawson his first fight at 54?
That was at 54, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then he had almost a year and a half off. He was struggling with Rabdo at 47. Basically, that an outcome of overtraining. A lot of CrossFitters get rhabdo, and you could die from it. Your kidneys could be
Yeah,
failing. And so this kid is just known for naturally just leaving everything in his training. And you need people, you need coaches to kind of pull you back. Maybe they just saw so. I mean, you got to trust RGBA. Garcia knows what he's doing.
for sure. Garcia is one of the best in the game. For
Hey,
sure.
here's something I wanted to ask you, and the reason why I'm not trying to put you on the spot, I wanted to put myself on the spot, so I'm trying to double check. Who's the last Southpaw Virgil fought?
Hooker. I mean, has
Hook- Hooker's listed as an Orthodox fighter. Did he switch? Is Hooker a switcher?
Am I bugging?
Well, he fought Hooker in 2021. Some BoxRec doesn't always get it right. I'm sure the chat will let us know. Sometimes the BoxRec has it flipped. Hooker's listed as an Orthodox fighter.
No, you're right. Hooker's Orthodox. Wait. Yeah, he's Orthodox.
Hooker,
I'm
Mean
bugging.
Machine,
I'm bugging.
McKinson, Lawson, Delorme, Boacek, Madrimov, all Orthodox fighters. I only bring that up because Lubin is a southpaw. He's a big one. He's going to be the bigger, Virgil's going to have to answer some questions he hasn't had to answer yet at 154. That's all I'm saying. Southpaw, big puncher. He's going to be right in front of him. Virgil, he's been dropped. I've never really seen Virgil been hurt, though. He's been kind of skinned.
Didn't you say that you liked fighting southpaws in the pocket? I didn't. I hated it. But didn't you say you liked fighting southpaws?
Personally, yeah. I love fighting southpaws in the pocket.
That's weird. Yeah.
Now, granted, I never fought as a pro, and I never fought at the world level. But at the amateur club level and in the streets where I come from growing up, whenever any sparring partner would switch or somebody fucking around the streets trying to talk shit and they're at southpaw, I don't have a plan B, C, or D. My plan A always with a southpaw is to time that lead hand and throw my overhand right over the top.
Overhand right over it, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm already fixated. I see southpaw, I'm like, that's what I'm, bang! So I like it, but this isn't fucking Virgil versus Ortiz. Yeah, this isn't Virgil versus Lubin. This is me.
Oh yeah, Mikey McKinson. The problem was southpaw. Shout out, Struggling Maxing.
I knew the chat would let it.
You don't look at it. Sub to my channel. Shout out to you. Appreciate you.
I knew the chat was educated. They would let us know. So McKinson, he fought him in 2022. He stopped him in the 9th. Michael McKinson.
That was an ugly fight. That was probably Virgil's worst performance. He had a layoff. Yeah, it was probably his ugliest performance.
And
Michael McKinson, it wasn't like a world. Michael McKinson. I interviewed Mike a lot. I really like him. He was really good to me. But Michael McKinson is what he is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, aren't you could look historically and like after fighters retire, then they'll go on record or their camps will talk about, yeah, we knew that he struggles with. We always wanted to avoid him fighting southpaws because his vision on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the thing with Virgil. Some guys don't fight southpaw. Some guys like it. Some guys don't like it. When I'm doing tape,
I hated it.
Yeah, so when I'm doing tape, it's something that I always have to look. What's the matchup? Who's fighting? When I mix that with Lubin's style and how he's going to fight him and what he's going to be looking for, Virgil's going to have to answer those questions. That's all I'm going to say.
I just can't see this. So, okay. Virgil Ortiz on the inside, in the mid-range and in, is a perfect. He's a beast. He's an animal. He's a force. So I just want to understand this perspective coming from the chat. He's going to go into Virgil's territory and beat him on the inside?
Well, when you're saying he's a force, he's not really. Virgil's he's gonna be constantly in your grill, constantly throwing volume, constantly movement. But he's not really sitting on too much there. It's not like he's. So I think it's going to be Lubin's going to be looking to time that. Lubin's going to be the one who's going to be more flat-footed, throwing more power. I bet you that's going to be his game plan. He's going to probably try to catch Verge walking onto something.
You want a prediction? If Verge ends up with a body shot, I'm with Daniel Vega. This fight might be Lubin's last one. He's going to get killed. I'm with Daniel Vega. I think it's going to – look, I'm not saying that Lubin's not going to land anything. It's going to be a fight on the inside. He's going to have a couple of moments here and there. He's going to land some shots, but he's going to eat a lot more big shots than he lands, and he's going to get stopped. Like, that's just kind of my take on it.
Yeah,
like
it's
the same way Hooker fought him on the inside. Hooker was one, I'm going to trade with him. Okay, and he had some moments. I think it was the third or fourth round. He got things going, and then he got stopped. Like,
I think I got I got to be honest with you. I think I would take I would pick Lubin over Boacek, even before Boacek's last fight that we saw against Brandon Adams, even before Boacek versus Michael Fox. If the Boacek who fought Virgil, I would still take Lubin to beat that guy.
So are you taking Lubin? Like, cause I think we're 3-3. I think this could be our game 7. Are you taking Lubin? Are you?
I can't look. Last time I bet against my favorite fighter was when I don't want to bring it up again. You guys remind me. I'm not. Look, here's how I do. Like this is probably the writer in me, the journalist in me is part of my deductive reasoning process. Whenever I have an idea, a thought, a fact, I have to go to the opposite end of my beliefs and work my way back to see if it's really true. So I like Virgil in this fight. I'm a fan of Virgil. I love his style. I love body punchers. I love I've watched his whole career. I'm also a fan of Lubin as well. So I love this matchup. I've been excited since it got announced. Fingers crossed in the next few days they don't get hurt. Hopefully we see these guys in the ring. For me, when these guys are getting walked out, this is a fight for me where my palms are sweaty. I'm like, oh, fuck, this shit's going down. Like, I'm super stoked for this fight. So to say I'm taking Eric to win, no. But it's worth it. I have to talk myself through this to see. The chat knows, Julius, what's up, Julius? Julius knows what I'm talking about. It's just kind of how I do my thing. You pull up the odds right now. You like the value on.
Let me look.
The value really isn't good for Virgil, right? I mean, they got him.
No, it was wild. It was like -1,000. It's come down since, but I saw it's still -800. I don't know. I don't love the value on it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the value's not good.
If I can get a knockdown prop and there's someone to get knocked down, I would take that. Like either fighter to be knocked down, I would take that. Virgil by KO -135. I'd probably bet that. Or just fight to go the distance. No, I'd probably take that -170, something like that.
Do you remember the Fundora fight?
Yeah.
Go when that fight got stopped in the 9th. The judges' scorecards were 85-85, 85-84, 85-84. Virgil or Eric was coming on in that fight. It's just the optic of his head, what it looked like. They were forced to stop it. You know what I mean? Lubin got dropped in the 2nd. Lubin knocked Fundora down in round 7, dude. Lubin was coming on. If that fight doesn't get stopped, I have Eric winning that fight.
Yeah. I don't disagree. Can I just comment on one thing?
The only reason I referenced that, though, is because you said you could see Virgil stopping him. The only time other than that was Charlo in 2017 when he was like a teenager.
I wasn't a teenager, but he was very young. Yeah. Look,
well, 9 years ago, he was 20.
Is that all he was? He was 20?
He was 20.
Wow.
He got rushed.
Who puts him in a fight with Charlo at 20 years old? My God.
Mate, this is what I've been talking about all year. I go, Eric Lubin's handlers rushed this kid. He should not have fought Charlo. Because if you brought it up without saying it, he was a storied amateur, mate. Coming from the amateurs, the people were talking like this is kind of like how they were talking about EJ. I see some similarities when they were younger amateurs going in, big punchers, big southpaws, charismatic, marketable, like all the sort of things. And then they handled Lubin way wrong, in my opinion.
No, he was 20. If you're putting any 20-year-old in the ring with a Charlo,
yeah,
it's not like you got him manufactured. You got him to some belt. And you had him fight some, interim champ. You put him in a ring with Charlo. That boy knows how to fight and he can punch, right? You don't put him in a ring with a Charlo.
And that's 2017 Charlo. That's 2017 Jermel Charlo. Like that's him. That's prime.
Paulie Malignaggi always tells the story. He had to come from nothing. He had to build his own career. He finally get the world title shot. And who do I get my world title shot
Miguel Cotto.
Miguel Cotto, right?
My favorite fight. I love that fight. It's one of my favorite fights. I talked to Tommy Rainone about it. Puerto Rican Day Parade. I think it was 2004. Half of the garden was Italian. The other half was Puerto Rican. It was a good fight, dude. Paulie had to come back. He was getting that ass beat for the first 5 or 6 rounds.
He lost, but he came back hard in that fight. He
came back hard. Boy, it's a sneaky good fight, man. One of my favorite fights.
I don't think it's a good idea to box with Verge. I don't really see. So I don't think much. I think Sebastian Fundora, hell of a nice guy. I think he sucks. Like
That's crazy. You do?
Yeah, I do. I don't rate him at all.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. See when I
rate him slightly better than I rated Fundora. Than I did Berlanga. And you know what I thought of Berlanga? I just
I
don't
know,
think
I know,
Fedor
I
is
know.
any
You
good.
thought he was. I'm gonna use your terminology, dog water. I never heard that before. I never heard of dog water before started listening to your show. I was like, what the hell? But see the way I look at Fedora, was it Brian Mendoza who stopped him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Brian Mendoza who caught him with that punch, and then like the wobbly legs, and so what I see is a kid who's I see the little levels though, man. He's slowly building. I like the adjustments he's made. I like Fedora. I got time for him. I don't see him regressing. I still see him even if his leveling up is a little bit by a little bit. Who do you want to see him in there? Like, what does he have to do to prove to you that he's not dog water?
So, I guess
What
maybe
don't you like? What don't you like about his
he's
game?
so easy to hit. Great fighters don't get hit a lot. He gets hit so much.
They call Arturo Gotti. What about Gotti?
Gotti is my all-time. So this is weird.
He got hit a lot. Gotti got hit a lot.
It's Gotti. I love Gotti. My favorite, my baby, my son, my youngest son. His middle name is Gatti after Arturo Gatti.
Of course, I get
Is
it.
Gatti
But
a great fighter? Is he a great fighter?
Arturo?
Yeah.
Was Arturo Gotti a great fighter?
He was an entertaining fighter. His fights are legendary. Is he a great fighter?
He was iconic.
Mickey Ward, bro. Oh, come on.
I mean, did you watch the Arturo Gotti Angel Manfredi fight?
I'm not gonna. I did. He was good. I'm not gonna disrespect my boy. That's my paisan. I love Arturo
so you're
Gatti.
saying,
I'm not gonna say a bad word about him.
You're saying like so your gauge is like Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather, greats don't get hit.
Well, those are Pernell Whitaker is the reason why I love boxing. He's the reason why I box. He's the reason why I got into the sport. I love my first ever favorite professional athlete was Pernell Whitaker, even before Kenny Anderson. It was Pernell Whitaker. I love Pernell Whitaker.
He was defensive. He was a defensive savant, though. He was a defensive savant. Seb Fedor never tries to be. Seb Fedor is a guy.
No, I know, but my point is that great fighters don't get hit a lot. He gets hit a lot.
I mean, but isn't that what makes great fighters great? The ones who could get hit and then keep moving on. Like Chico Corrales, you don't say he's a great fighter? Ray Mancini, Booba Mancini. You don't think Ray Mancini was a great fighter?
I mean, that's your boy.
Yeah.
Youngstown, Ohio, stand up.
Kelly Pavitt, baby.
There was a fight he called, a Brandon Figueroa fight back in like 2019. Mancini called it for Fox Sports. After the fight, I went up to him and we spoke a little Italian together. His Italian's better than mine, but I like Mancini. He's a good dude.
Very charismatic, dude. He has all of his faculties, crazy enough.
Yeah,
which is because his style was literally like you turn a blender on and you drop raw meat in the blender. And that was like, dude, watch that whole era, man. I just rewatched Alexis Arguello versus Ray Mancini. And that's when Ray fought Arguello when Ray was like, I think 22, 23 years old. And he's fighting, one of the people don't talk enough about Alexis Arguello. That dude was a goddamn like savage.
I agree with this. Keith Thurman beats Fedor. I had that all along. I wish they would. I wish that fight would have happened.
I would have loved to see that fight too.
Thurman would have schooled him. Thurman would have dog walked him.
This version?
I don't care what version. Keith Thurman.
How does Keith get past that length?
His legs, his head movement. He's a way better athlete. Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman didn't go on maternity leave for 5 years, he would have been one of the all-time great welterweights.
He was up there.
He would have beat Spence.
Damn, we got robbed from some good fights in that division.
He wanted to get married. He wanted to have a life outside of boxing. I can't begrudge a guy for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Damn. But I forgot about that matchup.
Robbed of one of the great, one of the great welterweights.
He did fight Danny Garcia, didn't he?
He beat Garcia, and he beat Porter, and he beat Robert Guerrero. He beat Colasso coming up. He beat lots of guys coming up.
I'm a fan of Keith. I'm a fan of Keith.
Keith Thurman will never be shot enough. He'll never be washed enough where he can't beat Fedor.
Wow. I mean, 6'5" and 5'8", 5'9" is pretty insane.
Itawama is 20. Some people want to put him in the wearing Usyk because Usyk is 39. I wouldn't do it, but like, they're trying to time this right. Like they're trying to have Itawama take the torch. That's why if I'm Usyk, I just retire now.
I want to see Moses fight Justice Huni. I know I would never get that fight, but if I want to see if Moses is actually legit. See what he does. How could he handle Huni? Because Huni's, you know, boxing wise, Huni's a nightmare to deal with.
I'm not gonna. Arturo Gatti is. I don't like to use the word hero softly. Arturo Gatti and Pernell Whitaker are my heroes. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Arturo Gatti.
I got a good. Here's a question about him. Here's a question. I know Grant. You know his box rec and his paperwork says that he was born in Canada, but
he was not
Arturo Gatti.
Italy. Yeah,
but the Canadians try to claim him. So my point is though,
Lennox Lewis. They always want to claim everybody who lived in that country.
Here's my thing
Lennox
though.
Lewis too.
Well, it's kind of like I have a Mexican friend that I grew up in Youngstown. He's actually connected to RGBA's camp. Shout out to James Dominguez. He tried telling me Roberto Duran was Mexican. I was like, what are you talking about, dude?
Roberto Duran's dad was Mexican. His dad was in the Mexican military. Like his
mother.
Mexican. His mother was Mexican. His mother. Yeah.
We are our father's sons. That boy is Panamanian. So anyway, my question though about back to Gotti, other than Muhammad Ali, North American boxing icons, who is the biggest iconic boxer after Ali? North American, like fan base sort of. Would you say Tyson?
Probably.
I don't have the answer. It's just something to think about.
Floyd had more haters than he did fans, but that's what made him appealing, was that you either loved him or hated him. Everyone kind of liked Tyson. Like, everyone was enamored by Tyson.
All right, how about white fighters, North American white fighters after the Ali era?
Post Ali era, so 80s and on?
Has to be Gotti, right?
Fighters, Gotti and Mancini, yeah. For sure. Your boy's on that list for sure. Everybody loved Kelly Pavlik, and
two of those three are from Youngstown.
Mm-hmm. Youngstown, stand up!
Holla at your boy, dude. When you come from a town with nothing in it, all you got are these hands. There ain't nothing else, boy. But so Virgil versus. All right. Who are the champions right now?
Lee Van. Roy's the best, but he was never the most famous. He never had the biggest fan base, but he's certainly the best. I've always said this. Of every fighter I've ever seen who's ever lived, what fighter beats prime Roy Jones? None of them.
What division?
None of them.
Like 160?
68, 75.
Yeah.
Either one. 60 to 75.
Yeah.
I've always said this. Does prime Roy Jones beat Ali? Probably.
I kind of had to check myself about 2 months ago. We were having a chat like this. There was, I think, some other boys were on the chat, and I forgot how long Roy. I said like 5 years. I was like, for like 5 years, Roy was the best of all time. And then I went down a Roy route. I was like, no, it was like 10 years.
It was like
it was a decade from the James Toney fight
to the till
Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
Or I think until the first B-Hop fight.
Well, if you say what, yeah, from the B-Hop,
it was like 90.
Then, yeah, 94 to 04, let's say.
Yeah. It was 94 to 04, and you watch all those fights, and you watch what he did and how he operated. You know, it's crazy. Like, if social media was a thing, the hands behind the back knockout when he's up against the ropes and he's walking all dude onto it. Bang! And not like, come on, dude. Nobody, you never see that at that level. Y'all must have forgot. And to this day, that rap song holds up. It's a good song.
It's so good. Yeah.
It is good. For real. I'd like to see somebody walk out to that still.
This is a shame, though. Like, when so I always make the comparison to Ken Griffey Jr. You say
my favorite now we're talking, brother.
Who's the best you ever? Now, there may be guys who have more accolades, they've accumulated better stats than Griffey, but who's the best baseball player you ever saw with your own eyes? Ken Griffey Jr., it's not even close. Who's the best boxer you'd ever seen with your own eyes? Roy Jones Jr., it's not even close. Now, you may say, well, Floyd had a better career and Floyd fought longer, and okay, fine. You take prime Ken Griffey Jr., no baseball player ever was better than that.
Dude,
nobody.
What?
You take prime Roy Jones Jr., nobody was better than that.
So in baseball, we have a term called five-tool athlete, meaning that you could throw the ball, you could hit the ball, you could catch the ball, you could run, and you could the fifth one is putting me on the spot. If I thought about it, you would know it. My point is
hit for average, hit
Griffey
for power, steal bases,
Field.
arm and field. Yeah. So
Yeah.
field, arms, steal bases, hit for power, hit for average.
Griffey did all of it. Born in
Easily.
Denora, Pennsylvania, went to Cincinnati Moeller High School. The only father-son duo ever in Major League history to homer in the same game was Senior and Griff.
Junior. Yeah.
Oh God, man. What a beautiful swing, dude. We would practice for hours in the backyard. I was a right-handed hitter. My dad would see me hit left. Johnny, until you hit home runs every at bat on the right side, don't switch. And Griffey's here. Bang, just effortless, flawless. That play he made in center field when he runs up the wall and he catches, he climbs, gets his dude, and he played the game. He threw his body.
A friend of mine has that tattooed on his leg. The way
God damn it, dude.
Wall.
Griffey.
Yeah, it's like, that's an awesome tattoo, but why do you want that on your body?
Or the ALCS when he rounds third and he slides home and he jumps up. It was like one of the first times the Mariners actually, that Mariner team with Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., Jay Buhner,
Edgar Martinez,
Edgar Martinez,
a
young A-Rod,
wild.
a young A-Rod,
yeah,
insane. I kind of put Seattle always kind of had these weird. Remember when the Supersonics had
Peyton and Shrimp, yeah,
and then the next generation of Ray Allen and the kid Kevin Durant.
Well, did they play together?
The Durantula. I'm pretty sure. You got to look it up. I think I think they crossed.
They may have crossed for a year. They may have.
Yeah.
I want to get to this. What's a lock, Breedy and Johnny, for tomorrow?
All right, let's. I'm gonna pull that. You pull the book up. I'm gonna look at mine on my phone. Let's come up with something that I haven't covered, TJ hasn't covered, and you haven't covered. We're gonna have to try to get sexy with it. Let's see. The fights start tomorrow. The fights start in about 14 hours, actually. There's a bunch of these obscene. Go on.
Yeah, I love the over on Ray. I want to take that. The over on Arthur and Ray.
Okay, so we got
over 10.5.
I'm gonna put it in as we do it. Over 10.5 total rounds in fight. Oh, see, I'm only getting over 11.5 or under 11.5. What's the over paying you?
Over 10.5 is minus 525. What are you getting?
Damn. So I'm getting $1.20 on over 11.5.
That's about the same.
Which is that about the same?
Yeah.
Oh, throw that on there.
Yoelvis Gomez. How do we feel about Yoelvis Gomez?
So I taped it, but I didn't upload it because one of my boys wanted my opinion, and I owed him a video, and I wasn't able to get to it. So I did a quick rundown. I think he's going to handle. I think he's going to handle Ingram. I don't think Travius Ingram. When I watched his tape, I think his name is more fun than what he's going to bring into the ring. I am always kind of hesitant. There is like this influx of fighters with the letter Y, Yenis Tellez, who've been kind of like fuck me over lately on my parlays. But I think he should handle him. Are you?
I watched the tape. I'm gonna upload my video shortly. Tonight. I think Gomez dog walks him. I watched Ingram. He fights tall. He's long. He doesn't really have anything though. Like Gomez is gonna get on the inside and wreck him.
That's what I was thinking. I
love Rashidi Ellis. I'm gonna put Rashidi Ellis. He's minus 1,400. It doesn't do much for the odds, but I just love Rashidi Ellis.
If you could get Nishan Dev, he's not. You could get him by knockout, but I'm not getting it. I
don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it.
Yeah. How about the distance? A distance fight I like is Buatsi to go the distance.
Yeah. Let's. Okay, guys.
Did you already give him? Did you already give him that?
No, I did not. I did the over. So
I like the distance.
Let's do that. So, guys, here it is. Plus 310. Listen to this. At plus 310. Guys, lock this in. The over 10.5 on Bradley Ray and Lyndon Arthur.
Yep.
Buatsi and Parker to go the distance. Rashidi Ellis money line. Yoelvis Gomez money line. Plus 310.
So what's 100? What's 100 and that gets you back?
What was that?
Like if you bet $100.
$100.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. We're in plus money, baby.
Plus 310.
Let's do it. I'm gonna snip this out and put it on my channel as a lock.
There you go.
For the Discord boys, the Discordians.
I rescind my comparison between Tim Duncan and Joseph Parker. Fair enough. Gary and Johnny.
Sammy, hold on. What did I
Is
miss?
that-
Timmy.
Yeah, yesterday, not yesterday, last week, he comped Joseph Parker to Tim Duncan, the big fundamental.
Dude, the big fundamental is one of the greatest NBA players of all time.
Yes. He still has nightmares from that 03 finals. Every day
Wait.
was 30 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 blocks. Like, this is horrible. I can't watch this. He is killing my net. It's brutal.
I remember when Duncan was at Wake Forest. Do you remember he was at Wake Forest?
Yeah, I remember. Watching him in the finals against my Nets in 03, it was like a robot. It was like a machine. He can't do anything wrong, right? Like, if you singled him, like, I remember Mutombo yelling, no doubles, no doubles. Like, we're going to have to double him. And then you double him and he just kicks it out. And it's just like automatic. It was horrible to watch.
I forgot you were a Nets guy, man.
Yeah.
One of the greatest duos. I'm going back to like the mid 90s when I was a kid, still a diehard Cavs fan. One of the greatest duos that the world has forgotten about was Drazen Petrovic and Derek Coleman. Guys, go to the stats and check those numbers out when DC played with Petrovic, boy. God damn, Drazen was a dog, and that Drazen was playing in the Jordan NBA era. You had this guy, I think he Serbian, the Eastern Bloc, just out there hooping, and DC was the #1 overall pick, coming out balling out of college. Those two, dude, the Nets, it was a shame what happened. Obviously, we know the unfortunate what Drazen was in Europe and the car crash, but people forget we got amnesia.
I wanted to address this. Gary and Johnny, the Dr. Dre and M of the boxing world. Which one's which?
You're Dre.
All right.
Or what would they say? I don't know.
Guys, who is Dre and who is M here?
Because sometimes I can break character.
Parker could get stopped. I hate to say, he just looks vulnerable in his last fight.
I like Buatsi to win that fight. By the way, guys, I have Buatsi on a money line.
I got Parker by decision, paying the bag. Guess I'm smashing Gomez on the sports book tomorrow. I would. I watched Ingram. I don't really see much in him.
There's good money there then.
Tiger Johnson fighting Pro Box for -168 against Nicholas Flaz.
Great fight. Great. I love this fight.
Yeah.
See, this is another one of those fights when I said that Gary, Dre, Johnny M. I'll tell you, I figured Gary got the cornrows, baby.
I'll be Dre, I guess.
And I'm in Australia just by default. You gotta be Dre. You gotta be Dre based on statistics. But so the same way I'm hype about Virgil and Lubin, equally about Flaz and Tiger. Tiger's in Northeast
fight, man. Yeah,
Tiger's in Northeast Ohio.
I had TJ on. He was kind of the same thing, like him and the horn at that one. I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Who did he like?
He hemmed and hawed at it too. Like, he didn't really give me a definitive answer.
He never does. TJ never. Did you notice about him? TJ, look, Chilltown, if you're watching this, Chilltown reminds me of my Italian grandmother. Rest in peace, Jenny. Every time I would go to my grandma's house and I would ask her for a recipe, be like, Grandma, can I get the cavatello recipe? Grandma, can I get the wedding suit recipe? She'll go, a little bit of this, a little. I was like, write it down. She never gives me any clear, descriptive recipe. TJ's the same way.
Because it's different. They don't have a recipe. Like my mom and my nonna would do this too. Like they pour a little bit of like salt in their hand like that. How much? That much.
Dude, they don't want to share. They don't want to share though. I think
they do it by eye. It's like they you know how some people play music, like they read music, but other people just play it by ear. They just play it, like that much.
But you know. But TJ, when you ask TJ for I've been interviewing people for like 10, like going on 13 years. So when I'll have him on, I'll specifically frame questions for him to have to give me an answer, and he will still avoid. He's like the mafia. He'll be able to just talk, and then at the end, I'm like, he didn't give me an answer. He didn't tell me who's going to win the fight. Isn't that funny?
He broke it down for 20 minutes and then didn't give me an answer. I hear you.
I love it. You got to love TJ for that, though, mate. I thought it was just me.
No, I hear you. I did it to me today a couple times. I'm trying to push back a bit, like, so who are you picking? And then he goes in and he breaks down the
does, dude.
He not I love it. 50 fight. Top Rank needs to get another TV deal. This is getting ridiculous. Approve the fight. I'm taking top ranked fighters, top ranked cherry picks.
A side. That's the thing. Top rank, take the A side. That's
I gotta address it. We both gotta address it, and then I gotta end. I'm gonna him and haw at this fight. Haney and Norman Jr.
Do you want to go or you want me to go?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm sticking to my guns. I'm gonna put it this way. I had a long chat a couple hours ago with Tommy Ranon. He was telling me a story about how in one of his fights he thought he was gonna die. He gets hit. It was an 8-rounder. It was like a New York State title fight. He like the seventh round comes and he's kind of getting worked, and he gets caught with his chin up and he gets hit right here in the throat. And he said that he thought his windpipe got caved in and he was going to die. And he said blood's coming everywhere. He finishes the fight. He didn't quit. And he was, he was he was telling me this story referring to the kid that Buatsi's fighting. I think Parker quit against. Did Parker quit against somebody in the 4th round recently?
Ryder, John Ryder. It was a couple of years ago.
Because he had a
broke his
broken hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tommy was like, because of that, there's no way I would ever bet a dime on Parker moving forward because he quit. He was like, you got to fight through a broken hand. The way I watched Dev keep getting knocked down and getting back up, I liked. The way I watched Dev in moments against Ramirez with his hand speed, I liked. But his unwillingness to punch with Ramirez, who at 31, 32 was really fighting like a 52-year-old considering all the miles he had. I do not see. I look at Dev at 26 more like a 30-year-old, and I look at Brian. I think Brian Norman Jr. is going to steamroll him.
It's possible.
I'm taking Norman by stoppage. I'm all in on that. I don't see Norman. I don't see Haney. I think he stops Haney.
So I have 2 possibilities on this fight. Norman steamrolls him, or Haney schools him. Like I can see like it's either 120 to 108 Haney or Norman stops him in 4. Like I don't see any other way this fight goes down.
Look, I'm happy. I'm happy to go all.
I'll take.
I'm going all in on Norman.
I'll take the other side of the coin on this right now. I may change my mind as we get closer. You're taking Norman by stoppage. I'll take Haney on points.
Yeah, that's the move. That's the move. I heard. What's his old mate? I actually broke it down. Old mate on YSN, Greg Hackett. Hackett said that Haney was going to stop Norman.
Oh, that's not going to happen. That's going to happen.
He gave a pat that he was like, and we know that Hackett fought Norman's dad like 4 months ago. Yeah. So we know there's history there. But Hackett also said that Ennis was going to get dropped against Lima, and Ennis is his boy, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know that Hackett said that?
Yeah.
So he said that Haney is going to the first 4 or 5 rounds. He's going to bait him into, trying to play catch and counter with him. He said he's going to catch Norman time after time with the counters. He's going to frustrate Norman. 7th, 8th round, the deep waters. He's going to get Norman walking onto something, and Haney's going to stop him. I don't see it.
I can't see that at all. But
neither can I.
I think Dev could win. I just I know whatever happens, whatever I pick, the opposite's going to happen. If I,
what I don't like,
Norman's going to.
I don't like
If I pick Norman, Haney's going to school him.
I don't like Devin's right hand. I've never liked Devin's right hand, and I'm not saying because he can't knock guys out. Technically, I don't like how he keeps his right hand. His elbow, he kind of like pushes his punches. He never kind of sits on anything. So therefore, sometimes you're fighting a one-handed fighter. It's almost, to me, when I watch Haney, you prep him to force him to go a certain way. You're then going to have to just get past the jab. And then once you're able to get past the jab, you have to cut the ring off. Do you have good enough feet to do that? Norman has really good feet. People don't talk about that. Norman has good hand speed and he has good power. And he's a dog. I can see Norman steamrolling Dev.
I gotta go watch some tape. I gotta see how he looks against boxer movers. I gotta take a look. I gotta go back and watch. But
watch also when you're watching Devin, just watch it. Notice his right hand. Watch how he throws his right hand. Watch I've never liked it. There's something about it. Even when he goes high guard, even when he's getting hit, there's something about it. He never looks comfortable getting hit. I don't think he wears punches well. I don't like him on the rope. I think he lost to Loma. I think there's a lot of close
I
fights in
thought he
there.
lost Loma too, but it was very close. I didn't think it was a robbery. I did think he won. I was
I
texting
think
with two of my friends. One had it a draw. I had it for Loma. He had it. The third had it for Haney. It was that kind of fight.
so. My father always used to say when like flip flop like fights that could go either way. I remember the Tito Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya fight. He was
Yeah,
like,
but that's a robbery. That could have gone either way. There's no way Trinidad. And I love Trinidad. I used to just practice my left hook all day as if I would Tito Trinidad.
the best left
Yeah.
hook. But the point though would be is you have two ways to judge a fight. If you want to do it round by round, you could do round by round, which is obviously how these fights are scored. And then you could also judge it on the optic. How did the fight look? Like if this was in the schoolyard and you're fighting and then the teacher breaks it up, who was winning before the teacher got there? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So when I'm thinking about the optic of a Devin Haney versus Lomachenko fight, Loma won that fight. Optically, I saw Lomachenko winning that fight. I'd have to rescore it. And there was a couple other really close ones too with Dev along the way. We know obviously with Ryan what happened there. All in all, guys, the way this is the career trajectory as well, what he looked like against Ramirez, this version of Norman, he keeps leveling up. Man, I don't think anyone wants to fight Norman at 47. I mean, who's
All right. Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe I'm too high on Norman.
Let me go back and watch some more time. I have my thoughts on Norman. I kind of like this comment. Norman about to trip over his own feet trying to swing at Devin. I get what Boxing Wiz is saying there. But I also want to announce this. Nunez and Navarrete is official. I think it's from March. Hang on.
Love it. March.
Yeah, yep. March 7th in Phoenix. So shout out.
I got to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Poor Charlie Suarez.
I didn't like Devin's right hand until the Regis fight. It was better in the Regis fight for sure.
He looked okay.
Loma won close decision. That's how I saw it. Go ahead.
No, you're right. You know, Regis. You remember we just watched Regis. Seems like every time JoJo touched Regis, his neurology was off, right?
Yeah.
That happened against Devin too, though. Devin, it seemed like Devin would land on Regis, and Regis would kind of do this sort of thing. I just rewatched the highlights of that. I didn't realize Devin was landing, getting off. He fought well against Regis. He did. But I don't know, man. It's hard for me to bet money on this version of Devin Haney.
Tentatively, I like Nunez. What do you got? Sounds like Warrior thinks Navarrete beats Nunez. Before I get into the tape, just off the top of my head, I do like Nunez. What are your thoughts?
I'm a big Sugar Nunez fan. You know, I loved when he traveled to Japan. We covered him on that fight against 2 fights ago when he won the belt traveling. I feel you doubting Devin, Johnny. I do too, but we have to remember that no one was having these conversations about Devin's flaws until after the Ryan fight. Gotta remember, dude was no. I have it. The flaws, I've always said that about Devin's right hand. Only from a sitting down on only because I was critiquing Devin's knockout to win ratio at the time. I was like, how can we get this kid to get more knockouts? He needs to sit down a little bit more, and he needs to trust punching with other punchers. And then we saw that happened. But to finish my point, Sugar Nunez, Navarrete. Look, Navarrete is just an awkward guy to prep for. We see every fight, headbutts, cuts, clashes, weird knockdowns, weird long counts. Liam Wilson fight, Charlie Suarez. There's always something with Navarrete, dude.
I thought Charlie Suarez was robbed. Now he was about to win that fight. They had to stop it exactly when they did.
Thank God. Yeah. We was up. Thank God, boy. I went heavy on Navarrete to by stoppage.
I took Suarez in that.
Okay, there you go. You know who's fighting that no one's talking about is Australia. Paul Fleming, Australian Olympian. He's 29-1. His only loss was to Charlie Suarez in a fight which he was winning, and he faded in the 12th, I think, and Suarez stopped him. But he's fighting Jake Wiley, so that's coming. It's gonna be a good domestic dust up.
All right, this has been good. I've been going on for an hour and 10 minutes. I gotta wrap this up, Johnny. I gotta wrap this up.
Always a pleasure, brother.
I gotta tell everybody about your channel. Johnny Says
Boxing. Guys, come over. Johnny Says Boxing. Come over there if you haven't already, and if you're here from mine, obviously go to the El Maestro Gary from 3D Boxing, and good luck with everybody's bets tomorrow, boys. Let's get it.
All right, appreciate y'all. October 31st, Halloween 2025. They get you $2 super chat if you want to shout out your boy, Coach Bermuda says
Coach, this is Coach Bermudez. You know that, right? This is
is this for real, Coach Bermudez? Like for
yeah,
real, for real?
yeah, Yenis Tellez,
Yeah.
Tellez. Yeah. This is it. Thanks for the super chat, big dog. Haven't seen him on a live. He's had a lot of fight. He's been in a lot of fight camps. This is Coach Bermudez.
See, you got Coach. I had Fabian Diaz in one of my chats the other day. Yeah. All right. Shout out Coach Bermudez.
I got to answer this. My guy, hold on. Let me answer this real quick. My guy Johnny has a bitter thing with it. It's not a bitter thing with Haney, Coach. I think I might be too high on Norman. See that's where I'm not a hater on Haney. I try to be non-opinionated as possible. I took Devin to beat Ramirez. I took Devin in both George fights. It's not like I'm hating on him. I feel like I'm always more prone for the underdog, though. I don't know who the underdog with the odds on this, but I feel that everything Norman is working towards, nothing's been given. Wasn't he the underdog against Santillan? He was the underdog against Santillan. Then he fought
probably.
He fought Derek Cuevas, and I mean, there were people from the Philly gym saying Cuevas was a big puncher, that he was going to hurt Norman. Norman, did what he did. And then going to Japan against Sasaki with that 26-1. Sasaki at the time had only lost to Andy Hiroka. You know what I mean? So there were some people saying that Sasaki was the guy he was going to. And so because of that and all the videos we cover, I've kind of become sort of a supporter of Norman. I like, he also reminds me of a little Joe Frazier too.
All right. I gotta end this. I'm way over. I was supposed to end this after 45. I was supposed to end this a half hour ago. Right, I appreciate you, Johnny. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Gary. Be good.
All right. Later.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.